Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. This is the two hottest players of their races right now, and probably the two hottest players overall. I would say that the players with the most hype behind them right at this second are Speed, True, and probably Rich. And they're all playing the ladder so damn much. I've been casting a lot of all three, but really, it's all interconnected, right? You're playing so much, you're practicing so much, you're getting so good. You're going to be the talk of the town in StarCraft, man. That's what it is. That's what we're going on about. So, Speed versus True should be an excellent game. True, one of our 5 players that's already qualified for the next season after being the SCS champion. Can't wait to see what this game's going to look like. We're on Pantheon, which has a lot of bases. Definitely there's some tricky plays you can do because of that. And a lot of those bases are very well defended. Or very defendable, I guess, is probably a better way to put that. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like True generally plays a slightly lower econ game than, well, definitely slightly lower than someone like Sulky or Hero, I would say. But I got to tell you what, I'm like such a fan of True right now. I think the way that he is trying to play Zerg is really, really smart. Now, to put this in perspective, I think Sulky is the best by far. Sulky, like, you watch him play, you're like, okay, this might actually ruin the game. Because it's like, it's actually different from when Flash is really, a little bit of lag there. Okay, it's a little bit different feeling how Sulky is dominating compared to Flash. Because Sulky certainly does things that are hard to do, and, you know, he makes great decisions and stuff. When you watch Flash play, you can just tell how much better he is in, like, every way than players. And the thing is, you can tell that with Sulky as well, but it's a little bit different, where you're just like, oh, he figured out some things strategically. And that's not to say that Flash hasn't figured out things strategically, but you look at what Sulky figures out, and you're like, okay, wait, though, how do you stop that? Do you know what I mean? If you think back, I think one of the great examples was the game on Kickback against Light in the last SSL season, where Sulky did nothing, made Ultras, attack moved, and beat Light, who macroed as well as you literally can, and just instantly died to an attack move. And it's like, oh, well, that's... It's different, right, than the things that you see Flash do, where Flash is like, oh, he's hitting the sharp timing, the micros and macro are perfect and stuff like that. And that isn't, I'm not trying to put Sulky like below Flash. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Anyways, taking a look at the game we're in now. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like just a walled expansion into second rack, so a 2 barracks academy rush. Here it's just a 2-hatch Muta opener is what it looks like right now. But yeah, back to what I was saying, because I just want to make sure we aren't missing too much here. So, yeah, I was trying to talk about how I really like what True's doing, but Sulky's better. Okay, so like Sulky is the best player in the world right now. There is not a question. I think he's going to win the next SSL. But I very much like a lot of the things True is doing. I like the way he's utilizing his Mutalisks, and I especially like his slightly more Zergling heavy, like Hydra, Defiler, Ling, Roam that he uses in this matchup, and I really hope he gets up to it again. Because like Hydra, Lurker, Defiler became very popular, and it's really, really good, but the fact that he just cuts the Lurkers out and says, no, I have enough spells, and the Lings basically work better under Dark Swarm, and they're Defiler food, and it makes so much sense, right? It really does. Okay, anyways, enough talking up True. You've seen his games. You know, you get it. 3rd hatch, 2nd gas, Spire. Consistent Marine production. It's going to have 2... Or no, Firebat Medic. Okay, yeah, that's actually been more popular. People used to go 2 medics with this rush, and now it's almost always Firebat Medic. The Firebat shores everything up against Masslings better than the 2nd medic. True starts 1. He should start a 2nd. It's a little bit late on the second, but just a little bit. Oh, that was an interesting scan. Okay. Well, he saw that this isn't done. The thing is, you can't stim ahead too far. You need the medic up here healing. So he's got... I think he'll hit. No, he's just barely going to pull back. Yeah, that was borderline. That was a hard decision, actually. I could see a lot of Terrans actually going for that. Because he would have killed this sunk, and he probably would have killed this sunk, but then the mutas are popping out, and your stuff is a little bit low. So you'll end up losing this, but you definitely get the 2 sunks. You definitely get 3 lings, and either you stop mining on drones, or maybe you kill a couple drones in there as well, and maybe you kill a muta, but you end up losing all this. So yeah, that's one of those fringe cases. I feel like that's a hard one, and a lot of players would have chosen various paths there. Okay, 3 missile turrets are up as True comes across with his Mutalisks. 3 barracks play. It's really cool how popular that's become again. It was really unpopular for a little bit. 2 barracks was more often. And 4 barracks way more often. A little bit of a swoop in. Has those 8 mutas, so he can one-shot SCVs very easily. Yeah, actually taking out missile turrets really quickly as well. Very good placement. You might want to think about throwing a medic into that line eventually. Fire bat down here. It looks like this is actually to intercept any drones that try to come up here to expand. That's actually really cute. Huh. That'll tell him way ahead of the fire bat patrolling here. Kind of gives you the idea of what Zerg wants to do. Hydralis Den is on the way. Ooh! Looks like True was coming in to try to harass this group a little bit, and Speed just targeted 2 mutas down super fast. So that factory is going to be finishing. We'll see if he goes double starport or not. Queen's Nest and Hydralis Den. We don't see Evolution Chamber yet. There's the 3rd base, just down at 6. The easiest to take by miles. Armory, starport. Oh. Is he going to make a 2nd starport? 1 starport Valkyrie is kind of, like, you see it. It's not completely uncommon, but yeah, that's not what I expected. Okay. Huh. All right, True actually turns and kills off some of those Marines. Speed reinforces pretty quickly. He does go up to a 4th barracks, which is definitely something he'll be able to afford. I wonder if because it's really hard to afford 2 starport Valkyrie and keep your production all going really well. It's very expensive, and his SCV count isn't super high because of all the harassment that happened down here. That might be what we're looking at, is he's just calculating. He's like, okay, what can I actually afford here? Which I think players right now are getting a lot better at. That's cool. A lot of lings have been made. So this is very Sulky-esque. This is something Tasis and I in the ASL talk about all the time. Sulky is the best army crusher Zerg in the world by, like, just fucking miles. By blue whales worth of mass. It's crazy. So what he always does is he gets these extra groups, but hold on. Oh my god, if he aggroes these lings. Okay, he sees the amount of lings. Look at that. Look at that turnaround. So that was True's bad a little bit. Because he was setting up to just crush an army that looks like this. But the fact that Speed saw that True had that many lings out there, he just pulls back. And he'll wait. If he waits for 8 more Marines, suddenly that army can't kill him anymore. Basically, you hit a critical mass of the ranged units where, you know, these melee units are going to have a terrible time against them. All right, Defilers are going to be coming out. Consume is on the way. He has the 2 starports. He has 1 Valkyrie. Add-ons done on the 2nd one. Science facility has started. He does have +1 on the way. Really interesting the way he's playing it. Quite a hurt Valk. I would like to see that repaired. Yeah, he'll bring it back for that. Another Valkyrie coming up. So he's going for 3 to 4 Valkyries. Okay, that's 4 Valkyries is always a great number. 4 is where you really feel like you start to crush mutas. 2 is like you're putting damage on the mutas, but they can't do anything alone. 4 is kind of like if there's no Scourge there and they meet up with these, you're like, all right, that's fine. Whereas 2 would just die. They wouldn't kill anything. So 4 is an excellent number. Dropship, actually. 2 dropships on the way behind that. This is actually reminding me quite a bit of Light vs. Sulky. The Valkyries to just kind of crush mutas into a drop. Valkyries actually clear ways for drops really well. And look at this. He comes down, actually, with just the 3. He doesn't even bring the 4th. But you can see, right, where they start to get really, really strong here. Very, very hurt Mutalisks. Getting some good scouting in there as well. Looks like he'll eliminate maybe a few Overlords. Ooh, the Scourge pop out, but he will get away. Excellent pick off on that Lurker. 4 Lurkers burrowed here in a stack, so definitely don't want to attack that. Starts to attack in. This is a double Lurker stack, and of course he's got a Defiler here, so can't really stay to fight. Adrenal on the way very, very quickly for True. Speed into his 3rd base. Let's take a look what Speed's doing back at home. Science Vessels are going to be coming out, but he does have these dropships. It really feels to me like the dropships have to get some good damage, but with this type of compact 3-base layout, you're never going to get damage with dropships. Dropships work a bit better when they take like another main base because you have bigger surface areas to work with and everything's further apart. But look how close this all is. Like, he'll see anything coming in, and he's got these units to respond. Can't do anything here. This is super compact. It just doesn't feel like there's anywhere for these dropships to do damage. Maybe he still gets it. These units have been plagued really heavily, too. Everything is getting into the red here. All right, gonna try to drop. Now, everything is a little bit out of position here. And in fact, the Valkyries sacrifice themselves to draw attention. Starts to get a decent amount of units out of here, but Double Dark Swarm is already up. Look at this. Dealing with this drop reasonably well. He does stay outside of the Dark Swarm for a moment. Now, here's the problem. He decided not to get the Science Vessels more quickly. And, you know, a Science Vessel gives you a very direct amount of damage. It's like, you know how much damage it gives you at what rate, basically, against Zerg, as long as you don't lose it. So it's just like you know the exact reward that you're getting from it. When you're doing drops, you're expecting, like, an asymmetric reward. You're looking for them. Well, now this last one is actually doing very well. But what I was building up to there was the first few drops that came out were not... They did not give the same amount of value as keeping those units alive and irradiating 4 Lurkers or something like that. And of course, it's not... I'm just kind of giving you a number to just try to imagine it. That's not the exact value that you'd be looking for the value of the dropships and units. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, that last part did all right, and he's keeping pressure on, which is definitely very good. But True is actually... There's a lot of good things happening for True here as well. Like, he's got a decent amount of workers. He's getting better and better upgrades. He's getting into Hydro Lurker Defiler. He already has the Zergling Adrenal upgrades. And this is where we see True, I feel like, start to pull ahead of people. He doesn't need as big an economy as a lot of Zergs are utilizing right now against Terran. Like, he does this roam with Ling Hydra Defiler. Ooh, another big drop here. Behind in this space. Oh my god. Speed actually is pulling True apart a little bit. Trying to pick off this hatch. Oh god. He's going to get the hatchery. I cannot even believe this. He's getting these drops in and doing more than I ever thought he would. True just barely off of holding this. His lurkers even back a little bit could have maybe prevented that. True going to be able to clean this up. So now, you know, I was talking, True doesn't need as big an economy as a lot of players. I think his economy now is so small. I don't know it's going to make too much of a difference here. Yeah, he's looking for a plague real quick before he dies. And there you go. Beautiful plague on those vessels and SCVs. Very annoying to deal with. Honestly, I think if you're playing against True, you need restoration. This guy plagues a lot. And he does have this forward position now. This is actually a little bit scary. There's not a lot of siege tanks, not a lot of vessels. And this is not that far to push with swarms. So he's going to come down. Throws down another Dark Swarm. Good pick off there. He's just... Speed is doing everything he can to slow it down. Does have a couple Fire Bats mixed in. Wouldn't mind seeing a few more Fire Bats as well. Sometimes you can get enough to break small amounts of lurkers under the Dark Swarms. Comes out into the center. Good targeting there from True. Picks off 2 of the vessels. Vessel count is actually very, very low right now. But he does have 2 factory siege tank, which I love to see against this type of strategy. True, taking a mineral base. That's something we don't see any other Zergs really doing. Actually, Sulky has taken mineral bases a little tiny bit. But True definitely takes them a little bit more. Now, he has a decent group in the center. He's trying to slow everything down still. He's setting up these tanks with siege mode. And here we go, another push. These lurkers are crucial. All right, he's going to try to get in on top of them with the Fire Bat. Not enough. True continues to push up. Speed right now coming around with like a little bit of a flank here. And pushing him away. Siege tanks back up. He is kind of forced into his base. He's having a hard time playing back at True. But this group out here is giving him a little bit more flexibility. So this area is being held. This area currently is being held. They're very, very weak lurkers at this point. Oh, God. I think Speed's going to be able to break this base. If he breaks this base again, I actually think he's going to win, despite this forward position that he's playing against, which no longer he's going to be able to hold. But look at this. Killing this base, this is absolutely key. Absolutely key here for Speed. But a Dark Swarm gets down with lurkers underneath. A few siege tanks explode. He starts to run them back. No, oh my God. Just Swarm pushing right up into the natural. True really understanding what it takes to kill Terran. When you get into the natural with Dark Swarm, the win rate for Zerg goes to like over 90%. Look at this. Just swarm after swarm. The Hydras come up to add that explosive damage onto those siege tanks. He's going to pick those off really quickly. The natural is being destroyed. And you got to... He's still actually got a good amount of siege tanks. I actually think Speed's not going to die right this second. He's doing a good job slowing down reinforcements. And he's got so many siege tanks back here still that as this runs dry, he will be able to push everything back again. Some drones actually going down over here. So True's economy is almost gone. Ooh, huge tank volleys upon those Hydras. The siege tanks are just doing so well. The spread of them, the fact that they have that +1. He's being patient about it. He's whittling everything down. Most importantly is that secondary group. If he didn't have other pressure going on in the map, 100% this does not work out for him. True would have been able to bring everything he has, non-stop Dark Swarms, but instead he's just kind of bleeding off in multiple areas. Now, Speed does have a couple bunkers here. This is slowing down the death of this base, but it is going to fall anyways. Goes up, he'll pick off that bunker in a matter of seconds. Nothing melee here, so no one's going to deal damage under that no matter what. Little drop goes down at this mineral base. This is an insane game right now. True's economy is so dead, though. And we're getting... Well, if this game lasts 4 more minutes, then Speed definitely has it. I think he definitely has it anyways. Even though this is actually a lot of supply from True. With 26 drones to have 78 supply, that's a big army. It's just like he's going to be running out of gas really, really, really soon. This one should be out. Yeah. And this one's going to be out very soon. 2.5 minutes. Great plague. Going to be hard to... Ooh, he's bringing the plague vessels over near the Hydras. Got to be careful about that. Almost nothing left here for True. Like, he is in very, very bad shape. It's going to get more and more and more Ling heavy as he just doesn't have gas to replace anything. So we're really, like, I mean, I was talking about how much I like the comp. He's kind of being forced into it even more, the Hydra Defiler Ling. But the Defiler count is going to continue to shrink. Okay, gets over here with the Hydras. Does pick off another Siege Tank, utilizing those Dark Storms quite a bit. Making that Lurker Egg. Great thing to do with the Radiated Hydralisks. Killing these Fire Bats before he throws down another Swarm. Really good. Oh, he needs those spells. He needs them. Doesn't. Well, he gets a Plague out, so the Plague is very good. Of course, 1 hit point Marines will die to Hydras darn quickly. What an insane game. I'm still, like, shocked looking back here at True's base. His economy is so bad. He's mining almost only minerals now. Look at this. He's got 1 minute of gas left, and then it's half of a gas total. You get, out of a depleted geyser, you get 2 per trip instead of 8. Huge, huge difference. All right, gonna blow up this Siege Tank. The radiates continue to go down. Speed is just whittling him down. He can't make it all the way forward anymore. He had that potential when he was over here to end the game, and Speed's counter pressure just whittled him down enough he wasn't able to do it. I think this is probably the last push that we'll be seeing in this game, as the Siege Tanks will grind everything under these swarms down. This was a great game from Speed. I was definitely not feeling him during the first part of his drop over here, but I tell you what, he's played a beautiful game from there. He really found damage with those dropships over time. Even though at first you don't succeed, try again. Speed definitely did that with his drops. Gets a bit of damage on that Lurker before it gets under the Dark Swarm. Group of Fire Bats coming out, trying to pick off the few Lurkers that are left over. A Dark Storm next to those Siege Tanks. Will be able to clear those off. Hey, gets a Lurker there. Pushing in to take out this mineral base. Unfortunately for him, he's not really mining anymore. Nothing left over here for True. Speed will be fine even if he loses this base, since he has this one up. And I think that's it. I think we just have to see a GG. You can see that True, like, if Speed had not killed 6 o'clock twice, he wins this game 100%. 100%. The fact that he makes it this close, he's not been mining for minutes now, and he's still sitting here killing stuff. It's crazy. True is very good low economy. You got to be scared of these Zergs that are, like, really good in macro games and really good at low economy. Reminds me of Dark from StarCraft 2, that anyone that's a fan of both StarCrafts, like, that's one of Dark's defining characteristics. The guy's he's like the 4th most accomplished player of all time, and he just plays low economy so well. Doesn't matter how much damage you deal to him, he's still in the game. And we've seen that from True here for sure. The guy does not need even 4 gases, which is scary. That's been the point of Terran vs. Zerg forever, is don't let them get 4 gases. With True, it's like, dude, don't let him get minerals or gas. And it's like, well, what about when he's not mining? Yeah, he might kill you then too. What? That's not even a thing. Throws another plague down. Still trying to break through and get the last mining base. Losing his main. Okay, he finally GG's. That was insane. That was a crazy game. Hope you guys enjoyed that half as much as me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.